the ball is tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star. And all the years, no one knows just how hard you worked. But now it shows. In one shining moment, it's all on the line. In one shining moment, they're frozen in time. But time is short, and the road is long. In the blinking of an eye, that moment's gone. And when it's done, win or lose, you always did your best. 'Cause inside you knew that in one shining moment you reached deep inside. One shining moment you knew you were alive. Feel the beat of your heart, feel the wind in your face. It's more than a contest, it's more than a race. And when it's done, win or lose, you always did your best. 'Cause inside you knew, in one shining moment you reached for the sky. In one shining moment you knew, yeah. In one shining moment you're willing to try. In one shining moment you knew. One shining moment.
Welcome back, CSBA, to another matchup here in the East region. Your commentating duo back with another one, a back-to-back No Drake. I'm Dalton, joined by Aaron. Aaron, I'd ask you how you're doing, but I just figured out an hour ago, so tell me something I don't know, or that the people don't know.
Something that the people don't know, huh? I got nothing.
You got nothing. All right. Well, I guess
mind blank, no thoughts, only CSBA.
I respect it. In full go mode, and hopefully both these teams are too. We know Louisville's gonna need it. A tough shot already. But we mentioned prior. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about these jerseys for Louisville though?
Okay, I have mixed feelings on them. It looks as if they just forgot half of the jerseys and they just kind of stitched them together. But on the other part, I kind of like them.
Right?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a car wreck. Like you hate to look at it, but you can't stop looking at it. Like you hate to see it, but you can't stop staring at it.
It's like they decided to put one big racing stripe on their jersey for some reason, and it kind of looks good.
It kind of works.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it kind of works. I think the thing that is tripping me out the most is like the waistband. It's like red and black. I don't know really how I feel about that.
It's the pinstriping on the doors.
The pinstriping, okay. That's yeah, okay. I'll it just looks like it's a darker red and it just doesn't work, but nonetheless, enough about the jerseys. Let's talk about the gameplay. Louisville actually handed Gonzaga, which is a 1 seed in your CSB tournament, handed them a loss in the season, and also beat Kansas. So this Louisville team is not a team to shrug off, and then they're proving that really early with a quick 4-0 lead, now 4-2. And they're just getting dismantled on the boards. But what were you going to say? Do you have anything to say about this Louisville team?
Yeah, that win against Gonzaga was Gonzaga's only loss on the season so far, at least in the regular season.
Right, 9-1 is where they're sitting. Their only loss has come to these Louisville Cardinals. So definitely a team to open your eyes and to look at. And if you're Pax, you're telling us to shut up, I'm sure. But we got to do our job, you know.
I mean, just saying, Iowa has been upset before. If Louisville pulls this off, it wouldn't be the first time this season.
Well, if you are Iowa, obviously you're not hoping for that. But, I mean, a slow start is what you could call it. You see Twinkle Toes with the ball now. A step back. I don't know what that was. A step back turned into a floater, turned into a layup runner. I don't know, but it's a board for Kita in Louisville in transition. It's actually the first Louisville game I'm casted, so huge block there, though, for Iowa.
Yeah, that was Josiah Blackman, the freshman, picking up a big block there.
It's going to be a very tough break here for Iowa. Not getting one of those 1 seeds, settling for the 2. But this is a team that went 8-2 on the season, just came off the Big Ten championship game, won that. So they're coming into this opening round with a lot of momentum and a lot to prove, you could say. Just gonna give Twinkle Toes the space to shoot. He likes that shot, but it did not fall. Louisville back in transition.
Yeah, Clowers shooting just over 33% from beyond the arc this season. Unfortunately, not able to get that one to go. A Blackman with a nice reverse layup, though, brings the lead back down to 2 for Iowa. By the way, Alpaca coming off the bench here for the Hawkeyes in this one.
Do you have something to say about that? I feel like it's a very questionable move.
Maybe not. I'm not mad at it though. With Paca being the kind of leader of this Iowa team, could be using it as a way to kind of elevate their bench unit. Because I've noticed in a lot of these games, it tends to be the bench unit that really separates the good teams from the mediocre ones. And I think Paca's just trying to elevate his bench unit so that whenever the substitutes do come on, they have an experienced stalwart leader to kind of lead them when they're all on the floor.
Yeah, good take there, but it's just it gives me a weird feeling whenever you're 1, most efficient player, 2, your leading scorer, and 3, a guy that's averaging 5 rebounds, a guy that is arguably one of the best in the country, and your senior to bring him off the bench. I don't know. If it works, it works, and if they end up winning this game, I'll shut up and never speak on it again.
Right, but look at this from another perspective as well. It also gives Josiah Blackman, the freshman, experience in the starting role. Plus, Blackman's averaging 8 rebounds a game for Iowa.
Good points there. I mean, this is a guy that if he does stick around in the Hawkeyes program, will be handed the role of that starting center heading forward. So, good points that you make there. But we do see Paca into the game now. Alpaca in the game now. Tough 3 from Louisville, and if they keep shooting like this, Aaron.
Yeah, it's a lot of tough shots that Louisville has been able to make so far. But again, the Hawkeyes are a good team. Like, period, end of story.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the contenders that I put down in my personal notes that could walk away with the win of it all. And as that cutscene just passed right there, I absolutely hate these jerseys. Once I saw it up close, I absolutely hate them. Tough fadeaway from Paka is going to be good.
Yeah, maybe this is just like a one-off March Madness special. Who knows? Sometimes these uniform designs of the CSBA are absolute fire. This ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville does have a lot of, you can't really go wrong with red, black, and white. So I'm sure there are better options, but Dethrone, there is another game after this. This is it's going to be the last game of the night. Michigan State is going to take their opportunity at a win in this national tournament. They come in as a 7 seed, and they will be playing none other than number 2 Miami. So it's going to be a tough matchup there after this game. Oh no, that's wrong.
Or that is Syracuse, Oklahoma State.
Syracuse, Oklahoma State. I got my games mixed up. My fault. Syracuse, Oklahoma State, and then later after that is Michigan State and Miami. Thank you for that.
Not a problem. As Bertha Demora with an absolutely buttery smooth mid-range puts Iowa up by 3, the biggest lead, I believe, by either of these teams here so far in the first quarter, minute 9 to go.
Yeah, Iowa up 3. Let's take a look at the players to watch. We mentioned him earlier for Iowa, Al Paka, 13.4 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3 assists a game for him. And then for this other squad, Louisville, we've got Abraham Slasher, 11.5 points per game, and just under 2 assists. So watch out for these 2 players to watch in this game, as Iowa is up 3 after the first time out.
Yeah, and I think the matchup to watch for is going to be the starting 5s for both of these teams. Jafari Kaida for Louisville matched up with Josiah Blackman for the Hawkeyes.
Excuse me. A nice defensive possession out of the timeout from Iowa. See White Chocolate into the game now. Demore is going to take a tough shot and make it. And this is scary for Louisville. You know that Iowa's going to go on one of their runs, but it's how you respond and how you handle it. You can't let it defeat you mentally.
Bertha Demora coming into this one, a member of the 100 Club from the Stripe, gets the and one in this one.
Continuing that 100 Club resume, Iowa coming in with 3 members tonight, and Louisville walking into this one with 2. So some more streaks on the line for both teams. I know we saw a couple break yesterday during the streams. Hopefully not the same case tonight. We're going a late shot clock situation. It's going to be a nice 3, and that's going to be good. Wichita Henderson. Did I pronounce that right? Hopefully. Wichita?
Wichita? Because it sounds like the city. It looks like how the city Wichita is spelled.
No. I did not do that. Wichita. Why did my brain go to Wichita? And why are you not playing in Kansas? Wichita. From now on, you are Wichita Henderson. Dalton Drunk. No, not yet. Yo. if that is just like the epitome of me pronouncing names, then I don't know what is. I will never
needed that laugh. I needed that laugh.
That word the same, man. Ever again. Yo, Pax.
Thank you for that, Dalton. That was much needed.
Yo, you said Wichita? Anyway, into the game now. Back into the game, I should say. I want to take my daily shout out, or my gamely shout out to the chat at the end of the first 85 strong. So we see you all. Hopefully not all of you heard the just abysmal of a word that I just did, but
they did though. No,
it never happened. It never happened. Pags with an easy layup there. Kicks over to Henderson in the corner. The infamous. What class is he? Is he a he's a freshman. Oh god, I got 3 more seasons of this. Oh no. The ghost of Wichita is gonna be at my doorstep. Pax with just an easy lane to the rim, and that's good. So he's seen back-to-back dunks, or back-to-back buckets. I don't remember the first one was a dunk or not, but easy buckets nonetheless right at the rim for Paca.
Yeah, Louisville, though, it's only a 7-point ball game still, 2 minutes into this second quarter. So Louisville doing a great job. Dr. Yost almost stripped by Alpaca there, but I believe they called that out on Paca.
Yeah, wait.
No, they called that out on Dr. Yost. I am blind, apparently.
So it won't count as a steal, but it will count as a turnover. And you see a Bubakar in the game now for Iowa.
Yeah, that's definitely not what Louisville needed, was that turnover. Is Bubakar misses the first, but gets the second chance bucket to go.
Yeah, he had the position for it. He's able to grab his own miss and just go right back up in the same sequence. Good for 2. In the game now, you see Abraham at the top of the key. This is Keita working down low over Blackman. Rotational D will stop him in his tracks. A tough shot from Slasher, no good. Twinkle Toes with the board in transition. Flowers with a nice dunk. Seen a lot of posters in these past 2 games.
I feel bad for Jafari Keita. Had the shoulder on Clowers that entire time, but TT Clowers just too strong, able to get that to go.
Over to Henderson. He's at the free throw line. Slasher's going to receive a screen. Will fall under the screen, and that's not who you want to go under on. Nice shot there. The senior Slasher player to watch, shooting 50% from the 3-point line. So not the best decision from Iowa.
Yeah, the leading 3-point efficiency scorer here for Louisville.
Tough shot. Made it look easy, though.
Yeah, can't let him get space like that.
Henderson over to Williams Jr. Going to kick back down into Henderson. His shot is good from the post. And Iowa battling back into this one, lead back down to 6. Iowa's going to take a time.
Yeah. Wichita Henderson brings the lead back down to a much more manageable 6 here for Louisville. The Cardinals, they're still hanging with Iowa here, not allowing this game to get too far out of hand. We'll have to see if the Hawkeyes are able to kind of wrest momentum from the hands of Louisville with their starting unit in.
Yeah, Blackman in the game now. Over to Blanco. Back over to Clowers. He's going to take a midi, and that's good. Put his hands behind his back before it even went in. Felt good coming off, and it is good going in.
Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous off the hands. Able to get it through nicely for Iowa. Lead up to 8 now for the Hawkeyes.
Keita is going to take a tough layup. It's going to be called a foul on Blackman. Send him to the line for 2.
Freshman on freshman violence here in March Madness between Keita and Blackman.
Take a long glare at the coach there. My fault on that one. It's going to be a miss on the first one. His exact free throw numbers are 93% on the season, so a rare miss from Jafari Keita on the line.
It's always good when you have a big that's super efficient from the free throw line. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's usually the bigs that tend to get fouled the most here, especially in the CSBA.
Misfit, I see your comment, and I plead the fifth. I'm not pronouncing anything that starts or looks like that word. A tough layup at the end of the shot clock. Good. Great defensive effort until it wasn't from Louisville. Even saw a double team on that layup attempt, but it did not matter. Still falls.
That was... I must be going crazy. I thought that was Paka, but I don't think Paka's on the floor, so I don't know who the heck that was. Oh, no.
It was not Paka. It was the other big white complexion guy, Martin.
Was it Martin?
Yeah, it was Martin.
Okay. I don't know why my brain saw a 3 on his jersey. That's clearly a 4. I'm losing it, clearly.
Sometimes it happens to the best of us. Some with words, some with numbers, so all is well. Clower's going to have to take a tough one. It's going to be well contested by Kita. Enough to deter the shot. Yeah, that's the word.
TJ Fox comes down with the defensive board for Louisville.
Is TJ Fox any relation to Logan Fox?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
If anybody knows, let us know. I'd love to, keep storylines like that alive. Martin with an offensive board out to Blackman. He's going to try his ISO on Kita, but no, it's taken away from Slasher. Slasher doing the slashing all the way to the rim. No good. Offensive board staying alive out of bounds on Blanco.
I think that one went off of Blanco's shoulder, as we'll see a slew of substitutions for both sides.
Louisville having a tough time getting the ball in over to Bridges. Over to Ward. His shot. That's good.
Lead drops now to 5 for Louisville. I mean, props to the Cardinals. They've kept this lead by Iowa under double digits.
Yeah, blink him in the game now. And what just a behemoth of a man. I mean, just look at him down there. Just buff, tall, big.
I mean, he is taller than both of the rostered centers here for Iowa. Both Blackman and Paka, only 6'10". Blankham, 6'11".
Louisville now trying to cut back into the lead, make it a one-possession game. Kicks over to Ward. Saw him knock down one earlier. Does not knock that one down.
Yeah, Iowa looking to close up the scoring drought that's been going on for the last 2.5 minutes. So props to the defensive effort for Louisville. They've managed to contain Iowa here late in the second quarter.
Iowa looking to get things going. White Chocolate with the ball now. Going to take a tough contested layup in the lane. No good there for him.
London Bridges comes up with the rebound. The sophomore gets it over to Nacho Libre, and it's a 3-point game.
Back down to a one-possession game at the ending of the first half. 50 seconds left to go. Ty Blanco with the ball. Trying to get Alpaca down low with the mismatch. Gets it to him. Sees the double team. Out to White Chocolate. Does not take the 3. Will take the running mid-range instead, and it is good. A 2-for-1 opportunity there for Iowa.
That will end the scoring drought for Iowa. It was like, I think, 3.5 minutes of 0 points scored for Iowa, but White Chocolate able to stem the bleeding.
Paco with a nice board there. Iowa with one more chance here at the end to extend the lead. Back to what it was earlier.
I think Iowa just going to hold for last shot here. No, mismatch down low. Paca gets around Nacho Libre for an easy layup. 7-point game now in favor of the Hawkeyes with 5 seconds to go in the half.
At the end of the half, the shot is not going to be good for Louisville, so Iowa taking a 7-point lead, but Louisville staying strong. If you've been watching the game, they do not look like a 2-7 or 2-7 team rather. and showing 8-2 Iowa why they're here in the tournament. Aaron, break down the halftime if you don't mind.
Yeah, like it's very clear that Iowa has the advantage in this one, but the defensive effort that we've seen out of Louisville has, kept this game really close. Again, it's only 7 points. The lead hasn't really extended into double digits at all in this one, and it's been a team game really for Louisville that has kind of helped with that. Of course, the defense for Louisville led to a long scoring drought for Iowa that helped them crawl the lead back down to 3, but some great defense by the Hawkeyes extends that to 7 here at the half. Iowa, of course, out-rebounding Louisville at the moment by 7, but all the other stat lines are relatively even for both of these teams.
Welcome back to the second half. We have a potential classic on our hands. Iowa only leading Louisville by 7. This is a Louisville team that lost to Syracuse in the ACC tournament in the first round. This is an Iowa team that we mentioned earlier won the Big Ten, so a big discrepancy there. And a alley-oop attempt gone awry for Louisville, stolen by Iowa, and in the transition is going to be a tough and one. So already 13 seconds into the second half, Iowa with a chance to take this lead to double digits.
Yeah, and you mentioned Iowa winning the Big Ten. Louisville, despite losing to Syracuse in the first round of the ACC tournament, it did have that really big win over Gonzaga, one of the number 1 seeds here in this tournament. So it's not like the Cardinals are, a bad team. They're definitely one of a handful that you could consider potentially giant slayers in this tournament. Right now, of course, the Giants that are Iowa clearly in the driver's seat in this game, though.
The lead now at 10, Iowa 40, Louisville 30. See some swaps here for both teams. Henderson on the drive. He's going to take a tough layup. No good. Keita with offensive board. And that's rejected by Blackman. Flexing there, showing you his strength. Beating on the chest. He's hyped. The rest of the Iowa team is hyped. I'm not trying to get upset.
Blackman, a asset down low here for the Hawkeyes team. Keita gonna take that out for a mid-range that does not fall.
We saw one 2C get upset already in this tournament, that being Marquette. The other 2 1C that played Texas Tech walked away with their win. This is the third number 2 seed that we are seeing play, and then of course Miami will play later tonight. That's a good shot there from Louisville, but Iowa's not trying to be on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, and speaking of upsets, I believe it's been all 3 seeds that have won their matchups. Illinois beating UCLA, Michigan beating Wake Forest, and Baylor beating Cincinnati in the game prior to this one is Wichita Henderson called for the foul.
I tell you though, those 4-5 matchups were a sight to see yesterday. All of them proving to be what am I trying to say? The rankings were correct for those teams, is what I'm trying to say. They were all good games, and each team had a chance, even late in the fourth, to walk away with a win. So some hard battles that we've seen in the first round of this tournament, and it's sad to come to an end. So, 16 games in 2 days here in the CSBA. It's not the norm around here, but it is exciting and fun.
Indeed, and of course going to lead into next week's action with the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, I think, happening next week. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm not wired. I don't know things. I'm just trying to predict here.
Louisville out of the free throw break that we saw. Henderson's going to take a three, miss it from the top of the key. Clowers in transition. Now we saw him come up with a couple transition buckets. Top of the key is going to kick over to Abubakar. Still dancing. The alley-oop attempt is going to go bad, though. Not as planned. Blackman unable to finish. Did catch the pass okay, though. Nice pass for sure from Clowers. Slasher is going to give the ball over to his man in the right wing. He's going to take a tough shot contested by Blackman, and that's good.
JB 3 with the bucket there for Louisville. Brings the lead back down to single digits for the Hawkeyes.
6 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Iowa Hawkeyes up 8, so back down to a single-digit game. Much more manageable for Louisville. I see Ware in the chat saying Louisville's fighting hard. They are. It's been a tough battle game in the first half, and the second half is looking to be the exact same. We're going to see a mismatch down low, though. Martin backing down his defender. That's good. The easy jump hook. Williams going to try his man Slasher. You're going to see a double team, no. Henderson tried one earlier, didn't make it. Same result. Clowers now in transition. Nice steal, though, from Louisville. Slasher's going to take... No, he's not. He's going to ill-advisedly throw the ball up to Kita, and it just complete mishap there. With a sure 2 turns into complete 0 on that fast break attempt. Did I lose you, Aaron?
I'm still here.
You don't have any clever remark to say on that just absolute puke of a fast break?
I listen. Sometimes words don't need to be said.
I agree. Better said than or better not said than said. I don't know what I'm saying, man.
Dalton, I think we may have lost the plot a little bit, I'll be honest.
Oh my god, Aaron, I'm losing my mind. Look, it's been a busy couple days, okay? For everybody.
It's the holidays,
I
it's
assume.
like that, yeah.
Especially when you have to travel for... Oh, wrong button there. My fault, folks. Especially when you have to travel for you know, to see family you don't really ever see, and you have to expand a bunch of energy. I understand. I'm gonna be in a coma tonight for sure. Haven't slept well or much at all the past couple of days, but basketball is why we are all here, and I will gladly lose sleep for this. Louisville back down 12 though, just under 5 left to play in the third.
Yeah, Iowa's really come out of the halftime break swinging on a different level.
Slasher is going to take a tough 3, a rainbow. Almost hit the scoreboard, the Jumbotron. No good on that one. See the rebound difference. Nice dunk there from Clowers, 26-15. So Iowa leading the rebound battle by 11.
And that has caused this lead for Iowa to balloon now to 14 in favor of the Hawkeyes.
Kita got his ball temporarily picked away. Will be the third. Try a 3, no good from him. And Iowa with another chance to expand the lead. And it is good from the corner. Clowers is having himself a game. They're going to call it a 2, actually. So lead up to 16.
Called his foot on the line there, as Louisville going to call another timeout here to talk things over. As the lead now 16 points in favor of the 2-seed Iowa Hawkeyes.
It's looking rough for Louisville, I will say.
Yeah, the first half was definitely a lot better than this third quarter has been so far, as Louisville just gives it straight away into the hands of Blanco.
Blanco with a nice flush there, too. I was just going to say that, I mean, Louisville got punched in the mouth earlier in the first, and we saw them come back. But this one expanding now almost to 20. It's at 18, 6, no, never mind. 18 now. Iowa a chance to make it 20 or more on this
Yeah,
possession.
Louisville just not able to handle the flurry of rabbit punches coming off of the Iowa Hawkeyes offense at the moment.
Nice screenplay for Blanco. Gonna have him open at the top of the key. His floater is snatch blocked by Yost. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely insane. What a play. And Yost is calling for the ball now over Blanco. Layup is good, and that should fire up the Louisville bench.
Yeah, they absolutely need it to. Louisville now find themselves down by 16 points.
What a smash block, though. Oh, my goodness. Paca, tough shot is good, and Yost is extremely animated. Alpaca celebrating in the face of Yost. We'll go to the line for one more.
We talk about teams losing focus in the second half. It definitely feels like that is the case currently for the Cardinals as they find themselves down by 19 with 2.5 to go here in the third quarter.
Ward the second. His three is off again. He's missed 3 in a row from the perimeter. So it's a tough time for him tonight. Knocked down his first one and saw the last 3 not go in. Blanco top of the key. Waiting for the screen. DeMore now with the ball. Has Blankham. Looks not to pass it to him. White Chocolate's going to come up for the screen. Step back is going to be a tough shot. No good. Packer with the offensive board, and the putback is good. Lead now up to 21 for Iowa.
Yeah, Louisville has just gone ice cold out of the half. Really need to find some kind of momentum shifter here. Otherwise, Iowa's just going to continue to walk away with this ball game.
Yeah, they're going to have to get something going. It's definitely not looking like the team that upset Gonzaga earlier this season. Or maybe Iowa is just that good. Who knows? Maybe a little bit of both.
I mean, I was going to say, Iowa is definitely that good of a team.
Toughness there
I think the Hawkeyes, we talk about lower seeds upsetting higher ones. Iowa's definitely a 2 seed that we could see, not just in the Final Four, but in line for a national title.
Right, they are one of those teams that has what it takes to cut down the nets at the end. Louisville shooting woes continuing, and Paca is going to add on to the lead with that dunk. Lead now up to 23 with 55 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Welcome back out of the break. You're watching CSBA on Twitch. This game not so much as close as it was in the first, but luckily we got 2 more coming up after this one. A little bit of a break in between them, though. So make sure you eat your dinner, get your meal prepped for the big Sunday tomorrow. This week has gone by incredibly slow, I will say that.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
Louisville finally able to get a bucket out of the timeout. It's a good sign there for them, but a bad sign looking at your scoreboard with only 38 points at the ending of the third. Nice dunk there from White Chocolate.
Yeah, after the halftime break, Iowa's clearly come out with a fire lit under them that Louisville just hasn't really had.
A legal screen called on Yost is going to give Iowa the ball back. Kirk in the chat saying, has Louisville scored since the half? They have, but barely. I believe they've only scored 8 points this quarter. I think it was 37-30 at the end of the half, right?
Yes.
Blanco's midi, no good. So Iowa will take a 61-38 lead into the fourth quarter. Make sure you put your 4s in the chat. That's what we do around here in the CSBA. Take a look at some of the stills, some of the highlight plays in picture form. Yeah, I believe that the score was 37-30 at the end of the half. So Louisville only putting up 8 points in that quarter.
Yes. Still 8 minutes to play. It's definitely not outside of the realm of possibility for Louisville to come back in this one, but at 3-point lead for Iowa, it's definitely not looking good.
Yeah, a chance here to grow it. Paga with the isolation at the free throw line. He's going to get the ball ripped, though. Yas has come up huge defensively tonight for what he's been playing. It's going to be a nice and one opportunity for Louisville.
Demora called for the foul there. One of a handful of freshmen here for Iowa alongside the likes of Ty Blanco and Josiah Blackman.
Packers saying we've seen 20-point comebacks in the fourth before, and I believe the last game, well, besides today, the last game that we casted together was that buzzer beater with Oregon, I believe, in their comeback in the fourth quarter over UCLA.
Yeah, that one I don't think was 20 points, but yeah, we've definitely seen it in the CSBA in the past for sure.
Yash able to draw the foul. Shot no good. We'll go to the line for two. See how little the print is on the team name on Louisville? I think that's what got me not to like the jerseys.
Maybe. I mean, they're still, speaking of this Louisville team, regardless of how this game goes, they've still got a lot to build on. Louisville, I think, one of the youngest teams here in the CSBA as far as talent goes. You've got 5 freshmen on this Louisville roster, and the likes of Jafari Keita, Wichita Henderson, Johnny Ward II, Nacho Libre, and Joe B. III. And you've only got the one senior graduating in Abraham Slasher. So if you're Louisville and you keep the talent that you have on this team, I could very easily see them going on a really deep run in the tournament next season.
Yeah, bring your guys back, and upwards of, it could be 90% of your players returning with only the one starter. So it's just up to the players who hits the transfer portal, who doesn't. And, of course, all the regulations and rules of the CSBA. Blackman able to convert on that alley-oop attempt. First one that he tried did not go as planned. That one, though, got the crowd up and yelling. They feel it now. Iowa 6 minutes and 15 seconds away from a win, barring a Louisville comeback. Iowa trying to slow down and extend the possessions. Rightfully so.
Iowa at this point is trying to just eat as much time off the clock as possible.
Josiah Blackman, though, offensive board for him and 2 more in his scoring column. His head did go through the rim, I see. And tough shot there from Slasher off the backboard. That looked very Kyrie Irving-like.
Iowa just shooting incredibly well in this one. 10 more shots made than Louisville in this one, which is, of course, the exact difference between these two teams.
Yeah, I was going to say it's perfect. 10 more made shots, 20-point lead, 10 times 2 is obviously 20, so. Good call there from
Math.
Easy math, quick maths. Tukoto is back in the game now for Iowa. He's had just an incredible game. Much of the reason why they're up the amount that they are. Henderson now in transition after a nice defensive play. Kicks over to the corner. Slasher, his shot. That's good. Good for 3. Iowa back, or Louisville rather, back down 17, so it's no longer in the 20s. 5 minutes left to play.
I mean, I don't... Looking at this objectively and not trying to get anyone's hopes up, Louisville is still somewhat in this game, not completely, still somewhat. Their defense would have to step up in an absolute huge way in order for them to reasonably come back in this one.
Well, that was
but
a tough shot that Iowa made, and I mean that's an easy one. So I mean, if they're making the easy and the hard ones, it's going to be very difficult to come back.
Yeah, Louisville hasn't played a bad game. The first and second quarter were great for Louisville. I think the halftime break was the biggest difference maker for Iowa. I think Coach Package just really said something to these players in the locker room that put a chip on their shoulder, lit a fire under them, etc., etc.
Right. Tough take there from Martin. No good. Williams Jr. with the defensive effort. Slasher now in transition. Gonna have an easy blow by, but he's gonna have to meet the giant in the middle. Blackman able to move that shot into the miss column. Come up with the board too. A blow by from a Boubacar, and that's good. I see a timeout from Louisville. Maybe a tad too late. We got threes across the game clock. 3:33 left to play. Iowa up big.
Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Alpaca named your player of the game here off the bench. The senior center here for the Hawkeyes played an incredibly good game on both ends.
Sorry.
One of 2 seniors for this team. Alpaca, obviously one of them. TT Clowers, small forward senior. They're looking to get a ring before the where they have to move on from college play. I tell you though, Michigan back-to-back champions. They looked really good in their game today.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too, and it's going to be interesting to see, how the rest of these matchups end up going as Williams Jr. gets a nice block out of the alley-oop attempt there.
Slasher gonna take another one. No good on that 3. Blackman with the board. Just under 3 to play. The chances of a Louisville comeback are becoming slimmer and slimmer. Almost completely disappeared by this point. A nice double team effort though is going to cause a turnover. Beat the third. In transition, kicks down to Henderson. Oh, needed that one to fall. Does not, and he'll go to line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I feel like B should have taken that one to the rim himself. Instead, decides to pass it down to Henderson, who's not able to get the layup to go. Instead, we'll go to the line for 2 here. I think with all the time that I was taking off the clock, I don't at this point don't think Louisville's going to come back.
Yeah, maybe a little too far-fetched for a Louisville comeback. But we could see Iowa go completely cold. We've seen 2-minute, 3-minute scoring droughts from teams before.
That's true. Iowa had one in this game.
Iowa did. You are correct. I mean, already with 14 points in this quarter, though, Louisville surpassing their 8-point performance in the third quarter. Leaves Twinkle Toes at the top of the key. He'll try a free throw line jump shot. That's good. TT, the senior, making sure he doesn't leave this tournament without an impact. Gonna need a shot to fall here if you're Louisville. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. I know there isn't one in basketball, but that's not going to work. Pass intercepted by Clowers. Boubacar over to Maximin. Tough layup. No good. So good defense there in the transition for Louisville. Slasher. Seeing a screen. See the bench coming out for Iowa. Waiting at the scores table. A double team. Slasher over to B, the third, the 3, no good. Board for Maximin, and that should 99.999 to the 9th do it.
99.9 repeating.
A miss there from Iowa. You know Louisville's not going to go out sad. You know they're going to try and cut into the lead as much as they can. With a miss though.
Yeah, and again, this hasn't been a bad game for Louisville. They had a bad quarter in the third, but barring that, Louisville played a relatively solid game considering the level of competition they were up against in Iowa.
Yeah, St. Maximin with a huge dunk there for Iowa. Don't want that to go unknown or unnoticed. Gonna force a late shot clock attempt again. Wichita for 3, and that's good. Nice shot there from Henderson.
You wanna run that name by me again?
Nah, it's stuck, man. It's stuck.
The kid. I'm aware. I'm aware. I hear it.
For me, Maximin with back-to-back buckets. That's much tougher than the one he got lastly, but same result. 4 points in the past 30 seconds for him. And we should see one more shot attempt here from Louisville in the post. No good. Offensive board, Kita over to be the third. There's about maybe 0.8 seconds of a shot clock to game clock difference. Tough layup, no good. Offensive board, be the third. Kicks out to Slasher, and they won't even shoot again. So your final here in this first round in the East is Iowa taking the win, 79, Louisville 55. Take a look at the highlights of the game, and then we will go over the team comparison and box score. But make sure you stick around. We got 2 more games coming up after this. All right, heading on over to the team comparison here and walk me through it. No 3-pointers from Iowa, by the way.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Louisville, only 22 shots made on 59. Iowa hit 36 shots in total. Louisville only 18 points in the paint. Iowa 58. My goodness. Louisville actually beat Iowa in the offensive rebound department, but 10 more defensive rebounds went the way of the Hawkeyes. As you see, 25, the biggest lead. Can you take us to the third quarter comparison, please?
24.
Yeah, this was the biggest difference maker. Both teams relatively even in shot selection, but Louisville only hit 4 shots to Iowa's 9. That I think the biggest downfall for Louisville in this one. If we look at the first half comparison, it's a much more even keel between these two. Iowa, of course, shooting a bit better, but Louisville was much more in this game. Then that third quarter happened, and it just everything went downhill for the Cardinals.
Yeah, half of their turnovers coming in that third quarter. 4 is what was in that quarter, and obviously 8 you see here for the entire game. But if you want to go over Louisville, I would do Iowa.
Sure thing. Wichita Henderson, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists on 5 of 11 shooting. Abraham Slasher, 12 points, 1 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block to his name. 3 turnovers for him, though. Definitely a not great in the ball control department for him. Johnny Ward, 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Jafari Kita, 7 points, 8 rebounds, and a block for the freshman center. Dr. Yost, 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block on 2 of 4 shooting. Nacho Libre, 4 points, 1 rebounds, 2 assists. And Joe B. the third, 2 points, 2 rebounds off the bench for Louisville. Kenyatta Williams with 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. London Bridges with 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. And rounding out things here for Louisville, TJ Fox with 3 rebounds, an assist, and a turnover.
And then quite the difference here. 17 points for Alpaca, the player of the game. As you saw, 8 for 9 off the bench. 17, 6, and 2 assists for him. Had that 1 turnover. St. Maximin, 1 posterizing dunk, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Shot 5 for 11 a night. TT Clowers, the senior, 1 of the 2, 7 for 12 on the night, 14 points in 21 minutes, 6 boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals to go along with that. 10 and 8 for Josiah Blackman with 2 blocks to go along with him. 5 for 6 on the night for him. Bismack Abubakar, 6 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, a steal. Shot 3 for 8. Griffey Martin missed his only 3 of the game, 3 for 5. Otherwise, 6 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists for him, and a block to go along with that. 5 points for Demora, and Bertha also had 2 assists, so good for 9 points responsible for it. White Chocolate with 4 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal on the night. 1 for 2 is Drake Blankham. His 1 field goal coming with that dunk, as you saw on the top right of the screen. 2 points, 5 boards for him. And then last but not least, Ty Blanco. 0 points, but did have 5 assists and 2 steals with 2 boards to go along with it. So last look at the team comparison. Any last words, Aaron?
No, I will, of course, going to look forward to their next matchup. Louisville, unfortunately, sent home early in this one, but again, with a team that young, if they maintain a lot of their personnel, I could very easily see them making a deep run next season.
And there you have it. I am Dalton, joined with Aaron. The end of this one, 79-55 in favor of Iowa over Louisville. But stay tuned. In an hour exactly, we have number 6 Syracuse taking on number 3 Oklahoma State. And then after that, number 7 Michigan State taking on number 2 Miami. So please, CSBA, take care, have a good one, and we will see you all soon.